Hello, this is Coffee Break with Ninita, a daily guide of coping skills that gets us through by making us strong. If I told you that our soil we have in the backyard is very good in growing poison ivy, what would you say? Would you agree that yes, since the soil is right for poison ivy, we should go ahead and plant poison ivy? Of course not. Because poison ivy, even though in the fall the leaves have beautiful colors, poison ivy is poison ivy. It can only hurt in its touch. And therefore, what we do is we don't just cultivate and harvest anything that grows in a certain soil, right? Well, I'm using this example and I'm going to apply the same principle in real life, in the lives of relationships. Sometimes we find that the environment of the relationship is the right one, perhaps, to cultivate arguments, fights, friction, negativity. But that should not be a good reason for us to go ahead and start using the relationship as the soil for our words and our actions that are negative for the goodness of the relationship. To be present, right? Just because the relationship is going through tough times, difficult times, and the people in the relationship are critical, argumentative, negative, that should not give us the permission to go ahead and plan our own negative behavior, our own contribution in being critical, in being argumentative, in blaming, and so on and so forth. We should not. You might say, why is that I should act right when the environment is so wrong? To me, what that question means, why should I not plant poison ivy since the soil is already good for poison ivy to grow? Our words, our behaviors, our actions, we are responsible for them. We can decide whether to be like poison ivy or to be like something beneficial, something good. This week, we are going to see together how, when the atmosphere that surrounds us is negative and gives us the idea of reacting negative also, how to break that pattern. how not to let our words be the poison ivy that is planted inside the soil that is called relationship. It doesn't mean that it is easy. It is very difficult because it is a knee-jerk reaction when we are in a negative environment, not to gossip, not to be critical, not to add into the already negative atmosphere. But that negative environment and negative atmosphere is not going to change by all of us, by letting others first making the change. In other words, I should not expect the soil not to be right for me to plant poison ivy. For me, therefore, not to plant poison ivy. I'm using this example because this is what we do every day in our lives. When something goes wrong, we jump into it and we start adding our comments and our criticism. It doesn't mean that we have to embrace the wrong. Instead, we can express what is wrong the right way. And this is exactly what we are going to do this week. We are going together on Wednesday and Friday to explore ways of how, when the environment and the atmosphere is very negative and intense and wrong, how we can address the wrong the right way.
We thank you for listening to Coffee Break with Ninita. Our goal is to help our StayWHOLE community work through their challenges. Please join this cause by supporting us on Patreon. You can do that for the price of just 1 cup of coffee per month. Just click on the Patreon link in the podcast description below, or simply visit us at www.patreon.com/StayWHOLE. We appreciate you and hope we can help you stay whole.